All right, everybody, what's up? My name is Jerry. Today, let's take a look at the crude oil futures. Oh, what do we got in front of us? You know, there's been people that said crude oil is going to go to $100. I've even said it, and I think they will go to $100, but not now. In the near future, yes, but not in the immediate future. The immediate future, I think they're going to come down. How much? Well, guess what? I don't care how much. And in a few moments here, a little bit later in the video, I'm going to show you exactly what trade I've placed and why it doesn't matter how much it's going to come down, as long as it comes down. Which should tell you that I've taken a short position, but we'll look at that here in a little bit. Let's take a look at the chart in front of us. So what do we have in front of us? We're looking at the light sweet crude oil futures. This is a monthly chart. Okay, monthly. Let's look at the bottom. The very, very bottom. You see stochastic momentum index. That is a study down there at the bottom. It's a technical chart study. You'll see like blue and red curved lines, right? You'll see 4 circles starting from the left. Those circles are always at the peak, right? There's a peak. You know, you have one back in 2007, 2008. You got one around the beginning of 2011. You got one at the beginning of 2018. You got another one here going on right now in the middle of 2021. Okay? Let's look at the technical study just above that. It's called the Big Daddy Forecast. It's kind of got that squiggly looking, vanilla looking, white looking line. You'll see I have yellow circles on that one too. And they coincide with the circles that we just looked at down to Stochastic Momentum Index. Again, 2008, 2011, 2018, and 2021. Okay, now let's go to the top of the chart where the pricing is and the candlesticks are, the red and green candlesticks. Every time you see one of those circles below, what happened right after it? Big down yellow. Big arrow pointing down, right? Right after we get this peak with the yellows, we get what? The price goes down. So look at 2008 going into 2009. Look at that massive decline in oil futures from $147 all the way down to like, I don't know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever it was. Then in 2011, again, the price peaked. What happened after that? Price came down. 2018, the momentum and the Big Daddy forecast were suggesting several months ahead, even like at least 4 or 5 months ahead, that oil futures were reaching a peak and they're going to come down. What happened? They came down. They went from, looks like about $75 down to about $40-ish. That's over a $30, $35 movement. Is that big? Oh yeah, that's huge. Now here we are, all the way to the right of the chart. July 2021. What do you know? We got one of these peaks. Very similar type peak. Looks like I just had a position of mine just closed out. Trailing stop, which we're going to talk about that. Let's see what happened here. I made $246, guys, in less than an hour on oil futures, but we'll get to that in a minute. Because I don't know if you heard that little ding, but while I'm recording here, my trailing stop kicked in, and I made some money. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So getting back to this discussion here about the chart looking in front of us here, you'll notice it says that everything's suggesting that oil futures are going to come down on the monthly chart, right? Okay, so what have I done? You know, how am I trading this? Because this is on a grand scale, right? This is monthly. This is a monthly chart. So what am I doing? Let's take a look at the position that I just placed tonight. Which, by the way, this is Sunday, August 1st, about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Here in the great state of Texas. Futures open up on Sunday nights, in case you didn't know. So here we got in front of us, what do we have? We have the E-micro crude oil futures. That's right, E-micro. This is a new product that just came out. Just came out. It's only been out for, I think, a few weeks. Okay. You notice in the upper left-hand corner, the symbol up there, / This is on the TOS platform, Ameritrade's platform, TD Ameritrade. The symbol there is / which means futures. MCL, that stands for E-micro, oil futures. You'll notice that if you notice in the previous image, that the CL was the E-mini, and MCL is the micro, or the E-micro. But you'll also see I got some letters after that, Z and then a number 21. Well, Z stands for December. So I'm specifically trading the December contracts. Okay, futures contracts have an expiration date. Okay, if you don't know about that, you can go study it. Okay, so why would I pick the contracts way out into December? Because I think that's when we're going to see prices really drop off. I don't want to get caught with contracts, August or September or even October contracts, and I'm waiting for the price to come down, and then I run into an expiration date on the contract. So I prefer to get out into the future a little bit, out into December. I might not have as much volume going on, but I know there's going to be plenty of volume as we get closer and closer to this, to the December contract. So I'm not worried about it. Liquidity is not going to be an issue. In fact, we just heard a little ding here. And maybe hopefully you heard it in the recording here while I was doing this. Okay. And we'll get to that in a minute. I'll fire up an image on that. But basically, I don't really need to. If you look at this, you'll see in the middle of the screen a big circle there. I had 7 contracts that I had shorted, right? And this is the trailing stop, which is plus, because if you short, that's a minus. And then, of course, if you're going to buy back those contracts, that's a plus. So what you're looking at the middle of the screen is a trailing stop. Okay, look at the far right there. You see the yellow circle on the far right, $71.01 was my average price. And you can see it was up $403 at the time I took this image. I just placed these, just took this position tonight, like not even an hour ago. Okay? And during that time, these contracts went profitable. And I think oil is going to continue to come down for a while. So I took 7 contracts as the price kept moving down. I went from 1 or 2 contracts to 4 to 5 to 7, just like that, within a matter of like an hour. Okay, I just kept increasing my short position. So just to be clear, I shorted these contracts. So you'll notice next to the price of $71, you'll see a -7. So that's a short position. And my average price across those 7 contracts was $71.01. Okay, once these contracts this position got kind of profitable, like I think it was like over $100 worth of profit, I went in and put it in trailing stop. You could do it right away if you wanted to, because you could use a stop to prevent loss as well. Okay, but I put a trailing stop in there not long after it went profitable, and I think I set it to trail 20 cents. Okay, and basically as the price continued to go down, I'll lock it in. The trailing stop will trail behind the price by 20 cents. You can see on the screen there that it was, at the time that this screenshot was taken, $403 worth of profit, but the price was at $70.47. Actually, it was a little bit lower than that, but the last price that's somebody somewhere, traded a contract was $70.47. So my trailing stop at that time, since it was 20 cents, was about $70.67. Make sense? Follow? So trailing stops, generally, you don't want to be too tight because that means you're going to stop out right away. You don't want to be too loose because then you're going to give away all your profits. So you have to figure out what's good. For me, I did 20 cents. I wanted to give it a little bit breathing room, but I didn't want to give away all my profits. Okay? So you do give some back. You do give back some profits on trailing stops, but you still lock in the profits. Okay? And that's the important part. Okay? So even though I'm probably... Let's see. I got you. Let me see real quick. Where did I? Yeah, made $246. Okay, the trailing stop kicked in. The price came back up. Right now is up at $768. Okay, so yeah, it was from $403, and It came back up, hit my trailing stop, and I made $246, all in about an hour. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes it'll hang in there for 12 hours, a day, or 2, or 3, or 5. The longer, the better, right? Meaning the price is still going down. I did this, and this is the exact same strategy I used a couple weeks ago on the S&P 500, and I also traded the E-micro S&P 500 contracts back then 2 weeks ago, and I think I made about $500 doing the exact same strategy. Okay. As soon as the position started going profitable, I put in a trailing stop. Okay, so in this video you saw how I did analysis to determine what I believe was going to be that oil futures are going to go down. I think they're going to continue to go down. I think they're going to go down. I don't know exactly how long. I don't know exactly how much. And guess what? It does not matter. It doesn't matter. Because the trailing stop locks in my profits. And even though the price came back up and stopped me out for a $246 profit, it doesn't matter. I made a nice little profit. And here's the thing, guys and gals, nothing precludes me from jumping back in if I want to. Which I'll keep a close eye on these E-micro oil futures, or just oil futures in general. Okay. And if I get a sense that the price is beginning to go down again, which it probably will based on the analysis, then I might pick up some more. I might short some more contracts and do the same thing again. I'm not going to worry about it if it comes back up to my trailing stop and I stop out. Who cares? People, the one thing you want to get in your mind is don't get too caught up in and worrying about how far the price is going to move. Trailing stops are one of several strategies that you could use to lock in your profits so you don't have to worry about how much the price is going to move, okay? Just enjoy the ride, okay? It also mitigates any big losses, trailing stops, which is really nice, okay? Okay, so I hope you really enjoyed the video. One more thing I want to show in this next picture is what's my current universe? What positions am I holding? Here they are. ARLP on the far left, upper left. I'm up about $8,000, $9,000 on that stock. That's a coal stock. Look at that thing, is a ripper. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll get into this later in the week. I'll put up another video. VTGN, currently I'm down about $300, I think, somewhere around there. I'm holding about 300 shares, so really, really small position. I'm just kind of sitting there waiting on that one. We'll see what it does. It might pull back some more. But the position's so small, I don't really have to worry about getting into any big trouble with that. SVOK, that's an interesting... We're going to talk about SVOK in the future. This is very interesting. I hold 100 shares of that stock. Very, very small position. It's actually really technically kind of a weird hybrid stock. We'll get into that in the future. This could be huge. Okay, but 100 shares, small position. Okay, we just looked at the MCL, December 21 contracts. Okay, that trailing stop is now, of course, no longer there. It's been triggered and I got out. And on the far right, we got what is MYM/MYM. Those are the E-micro future contracts for the Dow Jones. And I think I'm down, what am I down on those? Give me 1 second. 1 second. I'm down a little bit on those too. About $310 down at the moment. Okay. So I took a short position on that. I think it's, looks like it's 4 contracts. We'll see what's going to happen. I do believe the Dow Jones is going to pull back here coming into the middle of August. And we'll see if I'm right. Meantime, it's kind of a small position at 4 contracts. I'll keep an eye on this. If it gets wild and crazy on me, I'll have to close it. If it doesn't get wild and crazy and starts to really turn profitable, then of course I'll have my trailing stop in there to do what it does. So that's it for now, guys and gals. Hope you really enjoyed the video. I hope you got a good understanding of how you can do proper analysis to determine to take a position. Okay, you can use type of orders you can use, something like trailing stops to lock in your profits. Okay, and one thing you're going to notice about me is I rarely take big positions on especially on futures contracts. I take small positions. I keep it small, very small. Okay, this way I can make nice little profits. I may not turn $1 million, but I just keep building the account, little by little. Small positions keep you out of big trouble. Okay, the only exception is the ARLP stock, which I have 5,000 shares on, because that thing was so undervalued and the price was so deflated that historically, I just knew this price was going to come up, and it's just absolutely been taken off. Plus, there's been a nice dividend on this stock that you just announced, so that thing's going to go all the way up to 15 to 20 bucks, I think, before it's all said and done. So we'll be holding that one for a while. Okay, guys and gals, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to click and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up and click that little bell notification bell icon there when you're subscribing so you get all the videos as they come out. We'll talk to you all again real soon next time.